Hi guys, Colesy, and today we're going to be looking at a few different cameras. I actually have a very new 4K camera here. It's a bit beaten up in the box, but I have this 4K camera, so we're going to be doing a little bit of a look at it, a review, comparison against some other cameras, this camera, this classic webcam, and whether it's a good recommendation for streamers, content creators, etc. The camera setup that I'm using right now, which I normally use for my videos and my streams, and the one that you're looking at right now, is like a DSLR. It's actually a mirrorless camera on a tripod, and then linked through a capture card so that you guys can see the footage and I can put it onto the computer, basically. So it's a little bit more of a complicated setup and a bit more of a technical setup. Obviously it involves having a capture card and tripods and things, whereas generally streamers, content creators are quite happy and regularly use things like this webcam. This is a Logitech C920, which is, as far as I'm concerned, like such a bog standard classic go-to webcam, and it's definitely what we're going to be comparing against slightly today. I'm just going to do this in OBS. I'm not going to do this in an edit. I'm going to do this sort of live edit, and then I'm going to be able to flick back and forth between the camera and the webcam so that we can sort of have a look at the quality. Now let's unbox this. Like I said, the box is a little bit ripped and tattered, but that's fine because the camera is in a beautiful, great new condition. There's your Logitech Brio 4K camera. It does do 1080p at 60 FPS as well, which is nice because, again, I don't believe this capture card is doing this at 60 FPS. I think this is at 30, but I'm not entirely sure. Here's the camera. It doesn't actually have a cable built into it. It's nicely got a USB-C, which is handy. I did have another webcam, which might be back here somewhere. I did have another webcam that was similar in its style, and it also had a detachable USB-C cable, but let's find said USB cable. Little bag thing. That's cool. Here's the USB-C cable. The rest of this can go on the floor. I was going to put it back there, but then I just decided to throw it on the floor. It's quite a long cable. I'll give you that. Look at the length of this cable. Pretty long cable. Pretty long cable. I'm going to position this camera, ideally, just below where my camera is, the camera that you're looking through now. So it's a very similar look, basically. I guess we just do this. The camera is now positioned, so now all we have to do is figure out an OBS, just add it as a little video capture device. Here we go, Brio 4K Stream Edition. So it's immediately put it in at a weird, odd resolution, so we'll just fix that. All right, we'll go 4K. We'll go highest FPS. Oh, hello, there you go. You can see this lovely light here. Look, hang on. Hello. Right, we need to just fix this a second. Hello, camera. So let's just keep that there. I mean, I know it's behind it and it looks weird, but it's fine. It'll work. Yeah, it's not as well. Hello. It's not as detailed, is it? Let's be honest. It's kind of blurry. It's weirdly blurry. This is 4K apparently. But I think, unfortunately, you get a lot more detail in my face with this camera than you do with this. Also, I don't know whether you noticed. Let me move to the back, so you can see like the backdrop here. Oh god, look at that! Look how weird it makes my hand look. It makes it look like I'm not. That looks like a green screen, but it's not. If you look at the backdrop, like down here, like the stuff that's on the desk back here, you can see that it's quite in focus, whereas with the camera, because it's a camera, you get that sort of nice sort of blur. There you go. That's the side. Do I look? I don't look as no. Well, there we go. I mean, it's established that the camera looks better, I think, than this. I kind of expected more from this. I'm going to be honest. Look at my hair. Like you can see like individual hairs when like I'm on the camera, whereas this is a little blurrier, but it doesn't look bad. I don't think it looks bad. It's just not, when you compare it to a camera. I mean, this is what, a 400-pound camera with capture card and all that stuff, but you sort of, when you compare it, I mean, this webcam is not inexpensive. This is still like a, I don't even know, it's like 150, is it? Let me look on Amazon quickly. Oh, actually, it's £100 exactly right now, which is, you know, that's actually pretty good. Apparently, it's supposed to be £220. I don't think this is a £220 camera. going to be honest with you there. Just look at my face and look how oddly it looks like there's a filter on my face. Does it not? Does that not look like my face is slightly like smoothed? Are you smoothing my... Stop smoothing my face. Right, what if we dial this down to 1080p? I think that's actually got more detail. I think actually by dialing it down to 1080 just now, definitely the detail has improved. Yeah, massively. The detail, I'm less smooth. So 4K, is it... Maybe this isn't a 4K webcam. I mean, it is a 4K webcam, but maybe it's not like natively 4K. They're just sort of smoothing it out. There's so much more texture when you turn it to 1080p. You can see that. I know that when you're watching this, everything looks normal. Like everything is the same size. It's not as if the image is getting bigger or smaller, which is because I have set this to capture at a 1080p resolution. But in theory, a 4K picture should have more details, and therefore when you scale it down to 1080p, it should still look really, really good. It probably should look better than a 1080p native recording. You see what I mean? You've got more details because there's more pixels in a 4K image. Whereas this, when we're in 1080p, like look at the brickwork behind me, like over here, right? You can see all the texture. You can see the textures on the brick wall. But when I put it up to 4K, which I'll do right now, I feel like you lose some of that. I feel like it artificially smooths it, and so you lose a lot of the texture. It's odd. It's a strange thing. I don't know why. It's really weird. Let's try plugging in the classic, the good old faithful Logitech C920. Ooh. Okay. Video capture device. That's right. We're going to have a shite ton of video capture devices. Right. HD20. There we go. That's the boy. Right. Let's just custom it. This is the Logitech C920 that you're looking at right now. And then this is the Logitech Brio 4K, but at 1080p. So these are both at 1080p. The Brio definitely looks better. 100%. 100% the Brio looks better at 1080p. Weird, actually. This camera makes this sort of pink light much more blue. I mean, I'm not quite getting the smoothness. I'm definitely... This Brio picks up more detail, for sure. And this is slightly blurrier, and for some reason, the color is off a little. Not massively, but a little bit. For some reason, it picks up that light behind me as a different color. But again, I still don't think... We're not at camera level. All right, so the highest FPS the Brio will do is 60. So this should be smoother. That should technically be smoother than this. I think it does look smoother. I'm going to be honest. I think it does look plenty smoother. All right, we're setting the Brio to 4K. We're in 4K now, peeps. It just doesn't... See, when it's in 4K, I'm going to be honest, I feel like the normal Logitech C920 has as much detail. Sort of not impressed in a way. It's weird that, isn't it? I'm sort of not impressed by the Brio because at 4K, which it is now, everything looks too smooth and weird. I mean, at 1080p, yes, it's better than the C920, but the C920... Well, I mean, the Brio's £100, right now on Amazon, which I'll put a link in the description. But a C920, and I know they do a C920S and stuff, which is, again, maybe better. They do a C920E as well. But a C920 is like £60. If you want the toppest of top quality, you've got to go camera, which, like I said, a lot more expensive, but you're definitely getting your money's worth for it. I thought the Brio would do better. Yeah, I really don't like how it looks in 4K. The Brio looks better at 1080p, and yes, it's doing 60 FPS, which is a good thing. I mean, that's something I haven't really touched on as much as maybe I should have, but I think the C920, this one being at 30 frames, and the Brio, this one being at 60, that is a big difference. Like, if you want that extra smoothness, then this is definitely the way to go with it. This might also be 60. I'm torn with this Brio. Like, I thought, ooh, 4K camera, it's going to look really good. My camera itself, you know, this proper camera is a 4K camera. Like I said, it's not recording in 4K, but maybe the input signal is still 4K. I don't really know for sure. I mean, I'm not changing the camera, that's for sure. That's why I figured out today I'm sticking with the camera and we're not going to a webcam. As a decent backup, the Brio is decent at 1080p. If you're a streamer and you want to get the... See, the thing is, you're never going to stream at 4K, so the thought of having a full screen camera at 4K and using the Brio is not, that's not going to happen, because you don't stream at 4K. Nobody streams at 4K, because most people do 1080p 60 FPS tops. That's the top that you can do. I don't even know whether Twitch or YouTube let you stream in 4K. I don't imagine they do. By using a 4K camera, the theory is that you're getting more detail in your image. I don't think the Brio does that. Plain and simple. I don't think it does give you more detail. I think it smooths everything out and makes it look blurry, which makes it look like it's just fake 4K, because it's just like taking a 1080p and then like sort of using some sort of AI to smooth it out and make it able to be bigger, but without losing quality. But I think you do lose quality because it looks oddly smooth, that's all. Right, anyway, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Which camera did you think looks best? And if you disagree with me and you don't think it's the camera that we're on now, you're wrong. I think you're just wrong. Anyway, no, please do let me know your opinions. Let me know what you think to these. And like I said, if you're interested in any of these cameras, I'll put links in the description. I'll try and find even my camera and put a link in the description to that if you want to go check it out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you found this useful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.